Because that's where we're at right now on Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago. And World Autism Month and World Autism Day is actually April 2nd. And the month kicks off from April 2nd. And all over Trinidad and Tobago, things are happening. And this morning, to tell us what exactly is happening in Tobago with respect to World Autism Day and the month is Ria Paria, who is the chairman of the Autistic Society in Tobago. So good morning to you.
Good morning, Ria.
I know. Is it spelled R-I-A as well?
Yes.
There you go. Good people, huh? So tell us, you are the chairman of the Autistic Society in Tobago. What is Tobago doing with respect to autism for the month of April?
Autism Tobago, as we are called. We're not called the Autistic Society.
Okay.
We are called Autism Tobago.
Okay.
And we have planned for our month of celebrations because I believe disabilities are to be celebrated. We are having interviews on Monday where we will have parents, even myself, to be addressing the Tobago public about autism and awareness. We also have some workshops at the library, Scarborough Library, where we are catering for the general public. On April 6th, that's a Thursday at 5 p.m. We are inviting the public to come out and hear about autism and life with autism, the challenging behaviors and so on. You're free to come out at the Scarborough Library. We're there from 5. And our workshops, we are also trying to cater for students and teachers later in the month on the 27th. That's also a Thursday. That'll be during the day, but we're just inviting students and teachers to that workshop. So we are hoping to build awareness, especially among students and teachers, because you know, students have to go to school.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't see disabilities in children in normal, mainstream schooling. So we were hoping to build awareness among their peers, which is school-age children, and also for teachers. We'll also end our month, which is our big walk. Our Autism Awareness Walk will take place on Friday, 28th of April. Through Scarborough, we're hoping people will come out and support us as we build awareness with that walk.
Okay, great. Now, you have a child with autism.
Yes.
How old is your child?
He's 9.
9 years old.
Yes,
how has it been and how was he diagnosed? How did you know that something was different?
Well, you say you know it and you know. I just thought something was strange with him when he was about 2. You know, he wasn't talking much, like 2, 3 words. And he used to do strange things with his hands and always lining up toys. I actually thought he was deaf. When I would call his name and he wouldn't be looking at me or things like, something is wrong. I was talking to the daycare, my mom. Everyone was saying, he'll grow out of it, he will, you know, he will come around. And I just know something is wrong. You know, I started to go on Google, ask questions, check, you know, his pediatrician, different people. And I say, you know what, I'm going to go on the internet. And I typed in, my child grinds his teeth and walks on his tippy toes and does strange. You know, and a long checklist, a sensory processing checklist came up. And I started to go down the list and I started to weep because I was ticking off so many things. And it's like, you know, this is, you know, behaviors that are, you know, characterized with autism and different ASD, as they call them, especially the disorders. And I say, you know what, I need to talk to somebody. And then I started to call friends and put me on to like a speech therapist, and then I got into different clinics, and then I received my diagnosis, of course, many years after, because that was like when he was 2, but he wasn't diagnosed until he was about 4 or 5.
Wow. That took a while before he was diagnosed.
Took a while, yes.
Is he now in mainstream schooling?
No, he goes to the special school, Happy Haven School in Signal Hill.
Okay. But was it difficult? Because you said that you started with a speech therapist, and I'm going through this simply because, you know, you hear so many stories about, you know, we don't have enough being done for autism, especially in Trinidad and Tobago. We don't have the facilities, ready facilities. Was it difficult for you to get the help that you needed? Because you said you found a speech therapist and then a variety of other things, but was it difficult for you as a parent?
Yes, it was very challenging in the sense that there was a speech therapist that used to come to Tobago, I think it's 2 days a week, because that's how we were scheduled through the clinic, the Child and Adolescent Center. They scheduled us for therapy sessions, but she used to come from Trinidad. Tobago didn't have a speech therapist at that time. And, you know, it started off slowly, you know, every other week, and then we had sessions that would go. And that was just speech therapy, because that was the most immediate need for him to be able to communicate and, you know, to learn how to help him to communicate. And Miss Camps, she's a lovely lady. She really worked with him and taught me how to be his speech therapist. Because outside of these organized sessions, you know, as a parent, you really have to work hard to bring your child to whatever milestone you want to bring him to. And at that time, I was trying to get into a clinic because in Tobago, many of these specialized doctors and therapists, they're not here. And they're in Trinidad. I tried to get appointments with the doctor in Trinidad, an occupational therapist. I actually paid for an occupational therapist to come to Tobago to meet with him and to just to tell me what I can do to help him, you know, and of course the finances and so on. And
has that improved? Has that improved any since? That would have been, well, maybe roughly
Some
9 years ago.
Exactly.
Has that improved since?
Yeah, it has improved since, because again, at the time he was about 3, and he's now 9. You know, Tobago now has several speech therapists at the hospital. I believe there's also an occupational therapist here as well, that's quite recent. And well, his sessions at the hospital now with his developmental pediatrician, Miss Dick, she comes up from Trinidad once a month. And well, he has scheduled appointments. And I've been grateful for the opportunity to be in clinics and different things like that. But the thing with autism, you need rigorous intervention.
Yes.
You know, to see some improvement. So if it's sporadic and far between, you know, as a parent, as I said, you have to be the therapist. You have to learn what you're learning in these sessions and just be there and do what needs to be done for your child.
Ria, my namesake, I want to thank you so much for sharing with us this morning that story, and I'm sure that it's a story that so many other parents can relate to and basically deliver as well. You know, they share that story as well. Thank you so much. I know it's going to be a great month in April for autism in Tobago, as Autism Tobago takes the reins and they run with it. So thank you for sharing with us this morning.